Been living with the Pono player for a week or so now, and my impression has been filled with some pros and cons, but I just want to recapture and make kind of a final statement on what I think about it. And I definitely think it's worth owning. If not for the $400 price that some bought it for before it was sold out, then absolutely for the price I gave, I think, which was half of that. Because what you get is a player that sounds very well on your system if you have good speakers. I have some KEF Q15s, and I spent the last hour comparing 32-bit bit depth, 96 kilohertz sound quality from the Mac with the Pono's 24-bit 192 kilohertz quality, when the recording is from a Soundgarden album that is 192 kilohertz, 24 bit depth, not mecha. So I really come to appreciate it a lot more on the home system, so it has great added value there. And I'm also going to try it with XLR balanced and better headphones for the Pono, and probably achieve even better sound results. But I'm going to be happy with the Dre phones with for now, because I think it sounds excellent. Of course it could sound better, but like mentioned, great for portable and great for other use. So there's some pros about it. The cons are, like I mentioned before, you have to have maybe 2 gadgets with you. You have your iPhone for phone calls and surfing, and if you want good sound, you need a Pono as well. And the difference between those 2 gadgets are not as big. So since it is a portable player, I'd say that's a pretty big con anyway, which will lead to most people ending up getting iPhone or Samsung. That's better sound quality. I have to check it for myself, but this is some guy on a forum mentioned Samsung as sounding better than iPhone. Have to try that out before I make that statement though. So that's about the cons I could think of. Some have complained about how it's shaped. Doesn't bother me. I think it looks really cool. Looks a bit retro, which I think was Neil's intention. So of course the interface is not gonna be as good as on the iPhone, and you can't do as much, but I think the interface works. It's better and more fun to look at than most older MP3 players, at least if you want to compare that way instead. But sure, it could do some improving. And then there's also, of course, the matter of Xstream, and that's really exciting, and how that's going to pan out, because eventually you might get a different player, different streaming sound than others, and it's supposed to be better than both Tidal and Spotify, which are CD quality as most, the way I understand it. I don't know if Tidal has some improvement over Spotify. I haven't read up on it too much and haven't used Tidal, so I won't comment on that too much. But from what I know, I think there is of course a lot bigger market in streaming, and if Neil could do something for audiophiles there, that is awesome, and I'm glad he keeps struggling with it. So looking forward to Xstream, and maybe that is already available. I'm gonna look into that more. I couldn't find anything downloadable yet, at least, so But the idea with Extreme, according to a news article I read at least, is that it's supposed to, or I think they quoted Neil Young actually, according to Neil, it's supposed to play the best bandwidth that is offered where you are. So if you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can get high resolution, and if you're at a place where you can't get the whole bandwidth, you will get lesser quality. What this will mean when on the fly, if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection to the sound, will it be possible to get high resolution in streaming when on the fly? That would be interesting. I don't know if it's already answered this, but that I think is something that will be of great importance for it to succeed. And part of the reason that Pono didn't is of course the price of the files, which I don't think are that high on the HD Track store, but if you compare it to streaming services with the monthly fee, in which case you has the con that you don't owe them, so it's another thing. Some leading a citizen listening to an American politics podcast there. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for now. Dig in the Pono, and maybe they'll make another version. Till then, there are a lot of other options.